Good morning, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. Today is June 17th, and our reading is Crime and Punishment. People commit crimes for many reasons, but the biggest incentive for lawlessness is the lack of timely consequences for misbehavior. Crazy, huh? It's almost like get out of jail free cards don't affect violent offenders. There is nothing compassionate about letting feral youths terrorize society. The Buddha didn't actually say, go ahead and do whatever you want. Fool around and find out is, and some people use a stronger verb than fool, fool around and find out is an iron law of the universe. The fact that I don't understand magnetism or gravity doesn't mean I'm not going to hurt myself if I walk out of a fifth floor window, or that the metal plate in my head isn't going to propel my body across the room when a very strong electromagnet is turned on. The universe doesn't really care if I understand any of that stuff. The universe, we live in a world of consequences. The universe is cause and effect. And when we take certain actions, we get certain results. And when we take other actions, we get other results. And the universe isn't really awarding prizes or punishments for the actions we take. They're just consequences that flow out of those actions. That's it. We just have consequences that come from things that we do. This applies to society. If we ignore the consequences of bad behavior, that's on us. And it applies to us as individuals. If we do certain things, if we act in ways that harm other people, we might not expect the reaction that we get, but we'd better expect some reaction. There are going to be consequences, and it's not necessarily good, bad, or indifferent. It's just things flow out of actions that we take. This month we're dealing with right action, and that's a problem for us all. It's odd. People these days often blame a God they don't believe in for the bad luck that they've had, whether that's promiscuity and health hazards and moral hazards that come from that, or eating too much, or overspending, or whatever it might be. This is the same problem the little bird had. God gives us free will, but he doesn't promise to get us out of the crap we get ourselves into when we use it. It's the same thing with money. If you blow all the money and you don't save any for a rainy day, and then the rainy day inevitably comes, you cannot blame God for your profligacy. God didn't make you sleep around. God didn't make you spend all the money. The consequences came from actions that we chose to take. And the same thing applies to society as a whole. If as a society we decide that children should not be taught right from wrong because it reflects the values of old people or a God in whom we do not believe, that doesn't mean that the consequences of those actions are magically removed. Kids who don't believe in gravity are still going to fall from if they walk out of a fifth story window. People who don't believe in magnetism are still going to suffer the effects of magnetism. Even if society and its young people decide that it's not fair for them to have to behave, letting kids run riot is going to have consequences, and they are as certain as the sun rising in the east, regardless of what we think about it. So happy trails to you until we meet again.